Good evening. My name is DeForest Hill. I'm a Tulsa glue dauber. I'm up here in New Jersey going to a Garden State Circle Burner meet. It's being held tomorrow, October the 9th, 1988. In a few minutes, we're going to meet John Miske and visit his basement. Everybody knows who John Miske is, but nobody knows what he looks like, and most certainly they don't know what's in his basement. So we'll see you later.
Stage there for the contest.
Is it off? No. This is ridiculous. Okay, and her name was Peggy.
Peggy Cassano.
Uh-huh.
Her dad was Al Cassano. He was a famed rubber modeler, designer, flyer. He also was one of the climbers on Dick Porter's 45-minute flight in the 39 Wakefield event out here at Peterborough Airport.
Oh, yes, I've read about that. And there's the, said 20-year-old junior nobler.
At least 20 years old, yeah, junior nobler, flies great.
And there's a brand new Gillows trainer. Was that kit built or scratch built, John?
That was kit built. I bought it from a guy for $10 up at the 83 Nats in Chicopee.
Huh, it looks pretty good. That looks like a flight streak. But maybe it's not. The tail's a little different. Right above your head, there's an orange aircraft.
Yeah, these are Gillows trainers in various states of disrepair that have to be repaired and put back into the air again.
Okay, and let's see. Let's back up and get this Aries, if I can. I-beam stunt ships. Never could build one of those. And this is the Little Duper Zilch, orange silk. And the original clown you built all these years ago.
Back in 1940 something.
My gosh, you don't get rid of things. I wish I was that way. Oh, and there is the Barnstormer back there.
In construction.
Okay, you've got a cutout for your cockpit. I was just going to glue a profile pilot's head on mine because I'm lazy.
There's another Barnstormer in the back here.
Oh yeah, I see it now. This is it ready to go?
Yeah, that's the one that needs down thrust in the engine to make it work right. And it's a little on the heavy side, built strictly from a kit. And I built that about 17 years ago or so. Won a lot of trophies with it, but decided to hang it up and fly something a little bit lighter and newer.
And up here is a biplane with a...
That's a DeBolt Super Bike.
I'm not familiar with the Super Bike. What year was it put out?
Oh, probably about 50 or thereabouts. DeBolt had 3 bikes. He had the original bike, which you saw on the other wall, that red and yellow one. I built that in 1947.
Yeah.
And this one I found up at a contest in Braintree, Massachusetts.
Was the guy just selling them out of the trunk of his car?
Well, first I thought he was going to fly it an old-time stunt, and I thought that was pretty great. And then I heard it was for sale, so for $20 I got the airplane and a just like brand new OK Cub 29.
Ah! For $20?
For $20.
Oh well, I've got similar deals. Just you always cringe when somebody else gets one. And I see you're a fisherman too. I see a lot of...
lots of fishing reels, fishing rods.
My gosh, but this is so much cleaner than my garage. My garage really looks like a junkyard. And let's see. Buried under here, I see Ringmaster Jr. Is that? No.
No, that's
no.
Circus Prince, I think it's
a Circus Prince.
I think it's a Circus Prince. I forget, I'd have to look it up.
And down beneath it is
It's an old team racer that somebody else built one time, and it's just too good to throw out. It's got original Heliarc wheels on it.
Heliarc wheels?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get a shot of the Heliarc wheels after all. One does not. Oh! No.
Hard rubber wheels, real skinny. First racing wheels.
Well, in that bunch of wheels that I got from California that my wife was laughing about, there's a couple of sets of those. I have no idea what I'll do with them.
Some guys been killed for that.
I'll be darned. And there is a...
That's the remains of an old dronette.
A dronette?
A dronette. Somebody else built it and stored it with me, and it's been pretty beat up. We just used it for measurements. Some fellow over in New York is building one.
Was that for a drone diesel?
For a drone diesel, yeah. It was put out by Leon Shulman's Drone Engineering Company.
Makes sense.
The bikes we haven't ridden in years, but they're too good to try.
Plans. I see that we have one of the greater archives of plans in the known universe here.
So I don't know. I hope
Most of them are on the other side.
We'll get over there.
The way she feels right now.
Oh, fishing rods.
So there's some really big resort.
My lord.
Yeah, very big golf.
You're right. The plans are over here.
Just about all those are all old ones. A couple of nostalgists thrown in.
And I saw something. Look at the kits. 2 Shark 45s, ladies and gentlemen. That is a rare item right there. And there is a tom-tom. What's Dumas? Tom-tom. A Daredevil. A Tipsy. A glider. And there's something up on top. Miss... something.
This liquid dynamite.
Liquid dynamite. A squall.
Speed plane.
Tomahawk, the Super Cinch by Consolidated. I read a magazine the other night, and the president of Consolidated said they had a lot of it left, and he was going to have a big garage sale. Unfortunately, the magazine was about 15 years old. A boxcar, whatever that was. Brown, stunt trainer. Dido. All-American. By Ken High Wildcat. Nice airplane. Miguel Starduster. Skylark. Grumman Guardian. Voodoo. A Warrior. A Chief kit. Look at that. Another Chief kit. Boy, John, you're going to be sorry you let me do this. You'll have everybody in the world calling you a guided star.
This is only part of
Sinbad 40. Huh. Carl Goldberg trainer? I never heard of that one, I don't think. Sterling Great Lakes, the Flicker. A Cleveland. My gosh. Cleveland hasn't made kits in I don't know when. And look at this. Stashed up here is a fuselage off of something. I'm not quite sure what. What is that fuselage up here?
Well, one of the guys was making a 60 size stunner one time.
Mm-hmm.
And decided he didn't want the fuselage, so I figured we could use the wood for scraps or something.
Right.
Anyway, I wound up in my car at the field, and I brought it home.
And more plans. This is all reproductions of plans that you sell.
Tampa, we had to get off the island.
Undoubtedly.
Goes on.
My Lord. Oh, this is sad.
Well, yes and no. We're going to put that thing back together. That was made in about 1958 by Elliot Dixon, our club treasurer, who suffered a stroke recently. And I found this plane in somebody else's basement.
58.
And I'm just going to stick it back together so I can remember him. And he's around, but...
Well, now that's a strange attachment on the back of that tank. That's a timer? Is that an old Austin timer or
yeah,
something?
the fellow that had this airplane, that bought it from Elliot many years ago, put a timer on so he wouldn't get dizzy. He was just learning how to fly, but he was a great machinist and gadgeteer.
All right.
And this plane is real heavy, and it was a great effort to get a loop out of it.
What was the name of the kit?
This was a Sterling Starfire.
I'll be darned. barely remember
But
that.
it's, the wings are covered with wood first, then silk, then epoxy, so it's very heavy.
I noticed even with all this, the outboard wing broke off.
Kind of heavy, but I want to put it back together and just hang it up on a
Sure.
wall as a remembrance of a good friend.
Had Vico wheels on it too, I noticed
Yep.
that.
Is the grapefruit tree
Excuse me.
Sure.
Ruby just asked me?
Yeah, it's a grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Uh-huh, there's something on that wall back there.
I thought that's what it was. Will you eventually plant it outside? Okay.
Let's walk up and see what that thing is.
That's right. We just had to bring them all in. We had them outside.
They're outside.
Out in the back.
Let's see.
With the coolness, we had to, we don't want to take the chance.
We'll have to ask you about that one. I'm not really sure what it is.
Well, they got down to 39.
And looks like a rubber-powered model on top of that. And John won some trophies in his time. He says he doesn't compete anymore. John, what's this little yellow and blue aircraft on the wall?
That was
behind this?
called a Whippet. And
A
I
Whippet.
built that in about 1946 or 47.
Mm-hmm.
It used to have an Olson 23 in it, on ignition. And it flew several times, and I was always going to throw it out, but all of a sudden it became an antique.
You hang on to stuff long enough.
It's over 40 years old.
My gosh.
That old debolt pipe I built in about 47 or 48. Had a Rocket 46 in it with a glow plug.
After we got over there, we realized he wasn't going to take lead. We thought he had.
And it's still a little shiny because I painted it with Duco enamel.
Stuck right there on there.
Oh, and you didn't have to worry about the glow fuel eating it?
Yes, I did. But
So there was this little
How did you deal with it?
walking distance.
the glow fuel that we had back then didn't do much to the enamels.
Oh, nitromethane content was low? Was that
Very,
what-
very low in it, yeah.
All your time, right?
Yeah.
Well, gosh, this is neat. Oh, I like this.
That's a birthday card that the gang at work gave me one year.
The rest of it was small airplanes.
Doonesbury flying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even Jim Walker didn't fly 4 once. That's neat.
Yeah, they had some kids there that were kind of artistic.
Well, thank you. This is neat. Now, my garage is more like
Yeah, I made
say,
copies of these just for you the other day.
Oh, I
those are the
appreciate
extra
that.
copies. I didn't have time to put them away yet.
I
All
appreciate
those
that.
boxes there are full of photographs. Most of them photographs of airplanes. And one of these days we'll get them all straightened out.
See?
I gotta help them out a little bit.
Someday they're gonna get into an album, right? One
Yes.
of these days, that's what John says, they're gonna get into an album.
And this is my wife, Ruby, and this is John's wife, Elaine, who's hiding behind the pole. Have you been bothered by Wendy like this before?
Has he taken a picture?
Not really.
Oh. Well, I'm going to turn this thing off now. This is a wonderful place.
Oh, get that back.
He just handled. You really behind it. It's an unidentifiable wing panel. Hang on the pegboard. Boy, this is neat. It's a very neat place.
Neat is the word.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruby. I really appreciate all this.
That unidentified wing panel happens to be from a pirate. Remember the pirate? Ever see that? 1947?
No, I don't remember that one. Grumman Guardian, Trickster Barnes, my lord, 2 original kits, 2 Thunderbirds.
That's the Geeski Nobler up there.
Geeski Noblers are nice. Supposedly they're coming back out in production with those. I don't know if this is true. Were you telling me that or
Yeah.
somebody else?
Yeah. We've gotten word from a few places.
I see Johnson's, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Lots of stuff not clean.
That's just a drop in the bucket, Ruby. Believe me.
Well,
How many inches do you have, John?
well, I guess it's over 300.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Over 300 inches. No, nothing.
I wish I had 300 inches.
Yes, he does.
Here's a bunch of them in here. I just opened up.
I only have a few myself. I don't have Johnson's. I only had 3. I traded those away. Good Lord above.
Figured you're the best.
Coils and ignition engines.
Shouldn't have ask that question.
Tanks, Fox parts, Fox parts, Fox parts. You have a lot of Foxes? You just have a lot of parts, John.
No problem.
We do.
Trexler wheels,
this fishing
Fox
in
15X.
Tampa, And
Oh
we like
man,
to capture
Fox 40 Stunt. This is fabulous. Good, I'll use this on Ruby because I don't really have all that much stuff. And some foam wings up here for something. I'm not sure what.
I'm not either.
Are these light bulbs or flower bulbs here?
Those are light bulbs.
And
I use a lot of
plywood?
light bulbs.
Okay. Another trophy up here. That's a fairly unusual one with the green. Looks like a metal one from a long time ago when they used to make trophies. Let's see, what all do we have in here? Oh, we have an empty box. We can look. Is that an OK?
Yeah, it's an OK 60.
My lord, and that's,
Sandcast Fox.
well, look at that, a Sandcast Fox.
Racing 29.
Pardon me?
A Racing 29.
Racing?
Should have 29R on here. Yeah, they made a 29R. See the big intake?
Mm-hmm. No, I had no idea they made racing ones. Duke Fox was into a lot of power. Yeah, there's two OKs. Johnson, probably a Johnson Stunt Supreme. Is that a Vico?
That's a Vico.
Yeah, Vico 29. Okay. Vico engines. And Stunt Supreme, lower above. Look at that. Very nice engine. And that looks like a McCoy, an Enya 60. Well, I get that wrong. That is an old Enya 60. That's from the early 50s, I think, isn't it?
Beats me.
With that number of screws on the front, I think it is. Really.
Somebody gave it to me. I really don't know.
And another OK 29. Look at that.
That's a brand new OK 29.
My gosh. Were they very powerful, or were they just pretty weak?
I don't know. I never ran one. Tell you how I got that. I was on jury duty one time.
Mm-hmm.
Got to talking to a guy that was there with me, and naturally talked about airplanes. You always have to bring that up. You never know where you're going to find something. He said,
Right.
well, he had this engine that he bought some time ago for his grandson,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd like to, if I take a look at it. So on the way home one afternoon from jury duty, I stopped by, took a look at it, and I saw this, and I said, wow, you're going to give that to a kid? He said, sure. I said, well, I think really you should have a brand new Fox 25 that you could give to him that you can always get parts for, and I'll even rework it for you and make sure everything is terrific on it.
That's true.
And he said, okay, that sounds like a good deal, so we traded.
Doggone it, John, he really got to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's nice we have good-hearted people like you. Oh, Johnson Stunt Supreme. I've seen one, and the guy didn't want to sell it. Champion plug-in that Vico.
Sure.
Oh. Aren't you afraid to get busted laying in here, maybe shaken up or something?
Not unless we have an earthquake.
Earthquake? I don't think we have earthquakes in New Jersey.
We had one. We had one about
You did?
a year ago. Yeah. Not bad, but just a little shaky.
Oh gosh, now you're probably going to be bothered by people now lusting and coveting after your kits and engines. Don't laugh. There's some crazy people out there.
Where's your collect that one with the gold? Was it gold inflated or whatever that one was, John? What was that one?
My gold Fox?
Your gold Fox?
Oh, you mean those ones I bought, the ones with the gold-plated heads that I bought brand new? From Herb Wall?
You mean, you're talking about completely gold-plated Foxes or just gold-plated heads?
No, I have a gold-plated Fox, but I also have gold-plated cylinder Olson replica engines that Herb Wall made.
Oh, yes, Herb Wall. He makes a variety of things.
Every nook and closet and
I
corner.
know, I just looked at
I know you want to go over and play with that.
Huh?
I know where you want to go over and play in that thing.
Oh yeah, let me get, while you're preparing that, let's go see what you got here. There's just no telling what, look at this. Look at the engines. parts. Millions of little screws, you little Venturi inserts you always seem to need. Like a K&B Stallion, they never have the black plastic insert in one of them things. I don't know why. They're powerful, but they're hard to start. OS09s, Brownie reflex camera, a Fox 59, the RC 59. Look at the propellers, box of propellers. Thinner. Olsen, oh yes.
Parts from a couple of models. All gold plated.
That is beautiful.
That's
Yes, that
Herbal
is.
Olsen.
You wouldn't dare run it.
Sure, got 2 of them.
Oh. Boy, that is a beautiful engine.
Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm. Olsen never put one out that was gold.
No, not like this.
All right.
Not like this. This was put out by Herbal out in Pennsylvania, and he produces various old-time engines using current methods, current materials.
I wonder if this is all going to be just a jerky mess.
Ken-High Mustang. It'll be a jerky mess, but anybody who likes old-time stunt will be stark raving mad watching this thing. It doesn't matter how good you are, it's what you're looking at. Run it back, Myra, look at that. Oh, and all the old model magazines in the world are hidden back here in these boxes, probably.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's only one thing worse than having them, it's not having them.
Those are only the extras.
Those are the ones we make Xeroxes of, right?
Yeah, those are the extras.
Yeah. Well,
Man, you could start your own shop easy.
yeah, but it takes so long to collect these, and they want to give you money for them, and it really doesn't compensate.
Yeah.
It can't. Trading, yeah, you know, if you trade something, it's different. But money, you go spend it, you go buy a meal, and you spend the money you just got off this kit, and you have nothing. But if you could trade it for 2 of these, then you've got something. But you're right. You got to have 2 of everything. I think the same way you
At
do,
least,
because if you have 2 Thunderbirds, you could loan one out for patterns or something, or I don't know. But you just wouldn't.
Actually, one of them's not complete.
Oh, is it just a box of parts?
Well, let's say it's 85 or 90% complete. Somebody that had it before me took a lot of wood out. I could make a complete kit out of it. All the major parts are there, all the ribs and formers and so on.
2 years ago, a friend of mine and I spent $200 on a bunch of old airplanes, and there was a Vico Tomahawk in there.
Mhm.
And the guy told us these were complete kits, and we argued
It
and
doesn't always
fenced
look
about
this
it
nice,
for 2
Ruby. I'm
hours.
kinda glad you came
And
to
finally I
that.
talked him out of it and opened it up, and
I
it was
think
just
I think it forced him to put it up.
the spare balsa. Somebody
Sometimes I
built
come
the
down and
kit.
say, John,
And we laughed at each other for hours after that.
Well, this Mustang kit here, which I'm bringing up to the field with me tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
I got all excited about
So
that he
you
had
must
gotten
go
this
more
kit.
often.
And I said, I've been trying to get one of
He'll
those so I
clean
can
it up.
trace the parts. Will you loan it to me? He said, sure. So Lou Allgas brought it
So
down.
this is a little deceiving. I don't want
And
to think he's always,
we opened it up,
that would be a
and all
lie.
the stuff for the fuselage is missing. So I'm going to bring it back to him tomorrow.
Okay.
We never told him about it, so I'm
Oh.
going to bring it back to
John's,
him tomorrow.
Father had a real estate
He didn't look
insurance
in it.
company, so when
He didn't look
he
at it.
passed away
Yeah.
and John
But I'd never heard of a Trickster Invert Junior. I just spotted that down there.
so the one roll top desk is back there.
What size engine did that have?
That one took a 23.
Circuit box.
Oh, an Olsen?
Now this one
Yeah.
up here, he gave to my brother-in-law and sister. When we moved to
Yank on it.
Florida,
Sure.
They gave it back to him. So this is the roll top.
Got it?
Man. Yeah.
My
This is a real.
grandpa used to
Yeah,
have
this,
one.
yeah, this is the old-
Everybody's,
Does it have the little cubby hole?
they're interested in roll tops desks, and we have just absolute pure gold here. The Invert Junior. Lou Andrews design.
Yep.
That canopy, well, looks like a barnstormer canopy, or Piper Skycycle canopy.
We're going to do plans up for it shortly.
Okay, wingspan, 40-inch. I always get a kick out of this, and they'll say 19 to 45 cubic inch displacement. Who are they fooling? They'd be so nose heavy, the balance point would be right behind the engine.
Right.
But
they'd also go pretty quick, too.
Yeah, they were funny. They'd tell you one of these kits that do stunt and combat and everything in the world. And I don't really believe they could have. It's too bad Gillows completely got out of the real control line business. They build little bitty ones you can put old front lines on. And that looks like, is that a Merco spinner?
That's probably a Merco spinner, yeah. Or a Scamper spinner.
Do you have any idea how old this is?
No.
It's got to be pretty old, though.
It's got to be pretty old, yeah.
Because it was Dad. Where did Dad get it from?
The other one that I have, he bought from a bank president one time.
But this has got to be old.
But heck, when we sell that, at least they can say they bought it from a bank vice president.
But that was a 1948 International Stunt Champion?
Yeah, international meaning, I presume the Plymouth International meet that they used to have.
Oh, okay.
That's the type of international meets they used to have.
It's not like the FAI meets we have today.
No,
Okay.
no, a little bit different.
There is a miniature speed plane over on the wall. Whoever watches this is going to go crazy the way I jerk this thing around.
One of these days we're going to restore this thing. That's a half-A Hellraiser built when they first came out.
Did you ever enter in competition?
We tried. In practice it flew great. In competition we couldn't get the sucker launched.
What engine did you have in it?
We had an OK Cub, I believe 074 in it. At that time, half-A event was still new and you could use anything as long as it was smaller than an 09, as far as I remember.
Yes, those 74s were real stump pullers. Although that thing would have moved with an 074 in it, you know.
It worked real well. Come contest day, we couldn't launch the thing.
You were hand launching, weren't you?
Hand launching, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, those were tricky on hand launch. Like to come in a circle. But that thing would have moved. 074. My gosh, this is splendid. Look, I tell Ruby I don't really have anything. I see a smoothie kit. Is that a repro or is that?
No, that's the original one.
Okay, that is the original Vico.
Vico Smooth, the original one, yeah.
Okay, I can see the box looks a little different. So you have a shoestring hidden down there, and then a real old dirty box under that, which is no telling what.
That was a Goldberg Whizzer in
I'm
it.
glad he took
Dirty
it
old
back
box.
now. First I thought,
Okay.
sell the thing, you know, like the
I love this. Build it tonight, fly it tomorrow. They used to lie.
likes it.
Do you know that?
They didn't lie.
They
Not on
didn't?
this one. You could build this tonight and fly it tomorrow.
The glow bug?
Glow bug.
Was it already painted and everything else?
No. They didn't say you had to paint it. They just said you could build it and fly it. They didn't say anything about painting.
Comes up with something to.
Oh, it looks like an Olsen in it.
Yep.
These are all.
Olsen radial mount. Neat little airplane.
My dad is
Yeah, the first engine I ever had was an Olsen Rice 23.
and my father are cigar smokers. So I have to tell you.
I bought one here a couple of years ago.
Look around.
Had a Champion plug in it and I was ecstatic.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
What do you know? I have that. Best of old times. Huh?
That's the airplane I learned how to stunt with.
A Pee Wee Zilch.
Yeah, it flies great.
035 to 099 Class A engines. That one had a diesel.
But
in
it
it.
is. They're great.
Yeah, that was a dieselized Arden shown in there.
Hey, did you
Or no,
notice
no,
how
they-
everything is labeled?
Yes, Ruby.
How to do it, Rube. Couldn't find anything anymore.
Look at all these.
A roughie.
John.
Yeah, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
That was made in Brooklyn, New York. Duke
Berkeley.
Fox bought that company.
Yep,
didn't
yep. He bought it all out.
In
All the
the
plans and
50s?
such. Yeah. Produced a couple of kits and then stopped.
he? Yes.
Then sold it all out to Sig.
Yeah, and Sig.
Sig got out of it then too.
Well, they had what's everybody say? The best plans and the worst boss in the whole world.
Right.
Decided you better start